Fortnite has revealed more about its storyline in 1 week than the last year combined, and things are escalating to Season 4 fast. Geno has finally been revealed after 3 years, and this teaser shows the Paradigm drowning in an ocean of goo, and the explanation behind this will blow you away. Fortnite has been secretly foreshadowing this throughout the entire season, and while it feels like we've been partying for months, a sinister story has been unfolding in the background. The consequences of this have led to the 7 being kidnapped and the death of 4 major characters. To understand how we got here, let's break down brand new information from the Collision event, which brings us back to June 2022, where we joined the 7 in a final battle against the Imagined Order. As we faced off against Dr. Sloan, it seemed like this was the end of her story. With the Mech's punch, it has been confirmed that Sloan was actually killed off. But with her out of the way, a new villain was about to take the stage, Geno. As we battled our way to the Collider, you could catch a glimpse of the Imagine and a shadowy figure falling into the 0 point. It's here where a huge plot twist comes in. It's been revealed that it was actually Geno who fell into the 0 point. In the upcoming comics, this page has been leaked, showing Geno and the sisters fighting on the balcony during the event. The Order says, "I have a better idea. We'll send you somewhere, father." And this is where the Imagine makes the ultimate sacrifice, saving her sister and throwing him into the 0 point. As we've seen in the past, jumping randomly into the 0 point rips you to shreds, and it seems that they were both hurt pretty badly by diving in. After the 0 point stabilizes, Foundation and Jones chase after them, ending Season 2 on a huge cliffhanger, but what happens next? Well, Fortnite hasn't officially announced it yet, but we know a lot more that foreshadows the future. The Foundation and Jones returned, never to speak about Geno or the IO again. They suddenly had full control of the island, and the 0 point was free. This confirms that Geno was defeated between Season 2 and 3, and we'll see it in the final issue of the Zero War comic. While being killed by the 0 point is a poetic end for Geno, this probably isn't the last we'll see of him. There are dozens of characters who have died in the storyline and been brought back through snapshots. Geno is a villain we know nothing about, and we have seen him in multiple forms. From an old businessman to a young, powerful knight, and even a shadowy face, who is the real Geno and who is simply a snapshot? The mystery of Geno still has so many unanswered questions. And even though he will return in the future, his story has been put on pause. But don't worry, a much more terrifying one has begun. With the 0 point free for the first time in thousands of years, things seem to be looking up, but then it got really weird. A reality tree came to life, blooming from the 0 point's power. Then the biome began to spread, slowly taking over the island as we celebrated. The scientist didn't like it. He began to experiment on the tree to see what was up.
Well, that's a lot of 0 point energy, and the roots are pulsating ominously. It's cool. I feel like the 0 point is trying to tell us something, and if I don't figure it out in time, who will?
For hundreds of years, the 7 have fought to free the 0 point. They never stopped to think about what comes next. Well, it turns out there's something worse in the Imagined Order, and it's secretly unfolding right now. For the past few weeks, the 0 point has been summoning relics to the island. They are items from other realities, and it seems like a call for help. It started with relics that brought the Season 3 collabs to the island, like Darth Vader and Indiana Jones. But then it got serious. Over at Rave Cave, 3 items could be seen covered in 0 point energy. These relics were then used to take over POIs across the map, with Colosseums, Coral Castle, and even Lazy Lagoon being brought to Reality Zero. As we collected them, the 0 point reacted with massive shockwaves, puzzling the 7 even more, and it's in the voice logs we learn a disturbing secret.
The 0 point is definitely, probably intentionally summoning these relics, but we're not sure why. In the meantime, I gotta speak to the Foundation about all this. He picked a bad time to stop answering my calls. He's ghosting me.
When the scientist tried to get a hold of the Foundation, he wondered why there was no response. Over at Sanctuary, the Paradigm was wondering the same thing, so she looks into his flight records, but nothing comes up. It is very odd, but he might have just gone somewhere to clear his mind, right? Well, as the Paradigm goes to look for the Foundation, she stumbles across his helmet, and this raises a huge alarm.
What's that? Over there. The Foundation wouldn't leave this. Not by choice.
This is where the storyline gets messed up. In order to find answers, the Paradigm seeks out the Visitor, but he's also nowhere to be found, and at this point, something is seriously wrong. She tells us to check the surveillance footage, but it's completely wiped. Someone or something took the camera out. But then the Paradigm gets a breakthrough. When searching for the sisters, somebody is able to give her the Order's last known location.
This sentry saw her a few days ago. I'm marking her last known location on your map.
We are currently at the most updated part of the storyline in Season 3, but thankfully, it doesn't stop here. There are 2 more weeks of the storyline, and it reveals some of the most insane details about Season 4 and what happened to the 7, so let's break it down. The story began with the scientist investigating the reality waves, but for the past few weeks, we started to follow the Paradigm instead. So what was the scientist doing at this time?
I found the scientist. He's in his underground biolab researching that strange substance spreading across the island. The visitor is there too, along with the Origin. We've been asked to find and bring some 7 gear to the lab. It sounds like we're going off grid.
The 7 are able to regroup again and figure out what happened to the Foundation and the Sisters. Seems pretty reasonable, but when the Paradigm actually gets to the base, something terrible has happened.
Paradigm, if you're listening to this, it means I'm gone. I don't know where they took me, and I don't know if I'll be back. I promised we'd never leave you alone again, and I promised freeing the 0 point would be safe. Everything's my fault, so whatever happens to me, I deserve it. I programmed Amy to take care of you and whoever's left. I hope there are people left. I'm sorry it ended like this. I've always...
She rushes to check his research notes and discovers that the 0 point has been trying to talk to us this entire time. As each relic was brought to the island, it caused huge shockwaves, but these weren't just energy bursts, they were flares. According to the scientist, the 0 point was sending out a galactic distress signal, pleading for help, and it looks like the signal reached someone because now the 7 are gone. The Season 3 storyline quests have a dramatic finale. There is only one person left, and that is the Paradigm. That's why it's horrifying when she too goes missing. There's only one hint we have for who took the 7, and it serves as the first official teaser for Season 4. We can see the Paradigm holding her arm in the air as she sinks into goo, and now that we know how we got here, what will this mean for the 7? Here's exactly what to expect in Season 4. The Paradigm will play a major role moving forward. With us following her investigation into the 7, she is turned into the main character of Season 3. Not to mention, Paradigm has been given a mysterious voice actor who is almost definitely Brie Larson. In the past, Donald Mustard has said that Paradigm is one of the most important characters in the storyline. In fact, she is so important that Fortnite has changed the entire direction of the story to be built around her. A few weeks ago, they confirmed that Paradigm and Singularity are now 2 different people. Fortnite led us to believe this entire time that the Paradigm joined the IO and became a vigilante named Singularity. She guarded the 0 point and built a mecha team leader in order to fight off the monster. This is still true, except Epic Games has made Singularity a second person who simply helped pull it off, and the reason behind this has become very clear. Brie Larson, as a huge fan of Fortnite, was asked to provide the voice of the Paradigm, but Epic Games have decided to take things further. The success of the Foundation's unmasking motivated them to change everything, and now Brie's going to be the face of the Paradigm. It all lines up. With her armor redesign, Epic changed the size of Paradigm's head. She's also in the files and could be released as a skin at any moment. With this Season 4 teaser, it's insanely likely that she'll be part of the next Battle Pass, similar to how the Foundation was. Now, there's a mysterious Fortnite patch next week, and it'll be the final update of Season 3. Is there going to be a secret live event that unmasks Brie Larson and reveals the new villain? Well, the chances are high. Epic Games recently posted concept art of upcoming skins, and you need to draw your attention to this character. He's covered in the exact same pattern that could be spotted in Season 4, from black oil on his skin to the chromatic cape. This is absolutely related to next season, and he's not the only character who has foreshadowed the storyline. Malik is currently in the Battle Pass, but only 1% of players have spotted a secret teaser on his outfit. If you look closely at Malik's shield, you can see a pretty shocking similarity. Everything has been leading up to this, and with a possible live event, we have a lot in store for us. But right now, the reality tree is draining power from the 0 point, and the mysterious character who was shown at the end of the Season 3 trailer is secretly behind all of this. She has no name, but the community has nicknamed her the Bloom Watcher, and last year her skin was even leaked by Epic. With the 0 point free, the Bloom Watcher has taken control of its power and used the reality tree as its headquarters. When Bushranger was sent there by the scientist, he described the tree's energy as darkness, darkness, big scary, and honestly it lines up perfectly with the new villain. They're surrounded by darkness in the trailer, and Season 4's Black Goo fits the theme perfectly. If you look at the Bloom Watcher's concept art, she even has the same liquid floating above her shoulders. So with the final issue of Zero Ward this month, it will reveal way more than we think. In this video alone, we've talked about the debut of Geno, the death of the Imagined, and the return of the Paradigm. This final issue releases long after Season 4 begins, so there is something huge waiting for us at the end of the comic. But that's not all it has. Thanks to leaks, we know that the 7 built their very own Hulkbuster and used it during the Collision event. There are rumors that this will appear in Season 4 as some kind of mech or outfit. We've also had leaks that tease a boss battle against the new villain. They will be on the Season 4 map as an NPC that we can fight with the ability to summon the dead. It looks like they'll take over part of the island as sand tunneling is returning, but this time it's in the Black Goo. But someone we all forgot about is shaping up to be one of the most important characters in the game. During the rescue mission for the mech, the 7 found the Ice King and revealed his backstory. While it's interesting, there's one detail that you have to pay attention to. The Ice King reveals that he defeated the prisoner in Chapter 1. We never saw this in game, but it gets even crazier because it turns out he was frozen underneath the sea. This could mean that the prisoner is still in the ocean to this day, and if anything thaws the ice, he could be set free again. Fortnite puts this into the comics for a reason, so if we never see him again, it would be pretty odd. And while I don't think he'll return for a while, we have more powerful villains to worry about. The 7 are missing, the Imagined Order is almost completely wiped out, and we have absolutely no idea what's happening to the 0 Point. Is it calling for help because of the Bloom Watcher, or is there something else happening? It only took days for the story to turn from a party to a horror movie, and it's going to be even more intense in the lead up to Season 4. Hope you all enjoyed. It's been Tommy. Keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.